Well, we said that way in the beginning, like when we were discussing this, and I think Olivia Chow is going to shock some people and come in second when everybody thought she was going to be a distant third.
Yeah, and there's a record number of advanced ballots cast, something like 160,000. That smashed.
Unheard of. It's unheard
of.
in
Smashes
Toronto.
the figures. And I got to figure a lot of those people were voting for Chow just because people who vote early, typically younger, typically more tech savvy, and those are the voters that Olivia has been courting, and we'll see if it winds up paying dividends for her.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think she's becoming a serious contender in the last part of this race. Some of her sincerity has been shown in her, I'd say her interviews rather than her debates, because it's very hard for her to debate with, Ford's a bit of a bully, and Tory's, comes across a little pompous, and she's had a tough time. But I think in her interviews, she's come across in the last few interviews that I've seen her, very sincere and very poised. She's matured through this election.
I think she thought she was going to do much better, Frank, and I think a lot of people did.
She got humbled. I agree. You're very perceptive. I think she was humbled in the mid part of this mayor race, and now she's eating humble pie. But she's very somber, and she's still, she's a political. She's a very smart lady, and she's a political fighter, so she's not going to go down without a fight.
Yeah, I'm supporting Olivia Chow, but her campaign has been a little bit muddled. I can say that and feel comfortable about that. When the target changed, when Rob Ford dropped out of this race and replaced with Doug Ford, and the target did not maintain on the Ford's back. It shifted to John Tory. Her campaign was late to the dance on that one, and you could make the argument she really hasn't recovered from that. I think she's got the best platform of the three major candidates, but her campaign has been muddled.
God help us all if Olivia Chow even...
That's his prerogative to feel that way. I mean, he's he hasn't changed the flag. He's been a supporter of Chow right from the beginning. When we talked about this, I think he was on the show when this campaign started, and I picked Tory all along. I felt that along the line that Tory lost a little bit of momentum because of his style. He's a very great man. He's the guy who's been picked by, as Billy Lauder says, the cabal, and the cabal's going to make him win, and that's why the Toronto Sun blatantly changed flags, and they were big supporters of the Ford family for a long time. In fact, Doug Ford's reaction was very. I think, elegant and eloquent when he said, papers don't vote, it's the people.
Well, let me give you a little background on why the Toronto Sun has gone heavy on John Tory, because John Tory used to be part of the Toronto Sun when Rogers owned the paper. Paul Godfrey was part of it. Paul Godfrey just bought the Toronto Sun from the National Post. There's your answer why the Toronto Sun has gone crazy on John Tory. It's very simple. It has nothing to do with Rob Ford, Doug Ford. It's simply basically...
I think the Toronto Sun has had enough of the circus, and I think Torontoians have had enough of the circus, and they believe 4 more years of circus is not what they want. That's it. Bottom line. I mean, you can fucking sit down and psychoanalyze why the Sun changed. It's very simple. The Toronto Sun is a Toronto newspaper, and they represent the city in the best way they possibly can in a very, very, very chaotic marketplace for them, because that's a very shrinking market, the newspapers, as you know. The internet is here, and as it changes and emancipates into the next decade or the next 2 decades, I don't think print has much of a chance of life. So the Sun has gone the other way. I think that even the Ford supporters have had enough of the circus. I mean, the circus is great when it comes in the city. You set up the tents, there's the excitement, but after a while, I start to smell the elephant shit.
Well, you know what's going to happen? Good luck to John Tory when he gets to become mayor, and this city is so deep in financial problems. When he starts to put some of his platforms together, I don't know where he's going to get the money to do it.
Well, why are you saying that?
I'm saying...
Why would he have all these issues, and if the Fords took over, they wouldn't have these issues.
It would be any one of the. I'm saying whoever he's going to be the one.
So I would say if there is going to be a deficit, and it is very difficult for a business, a large business, because that's where you got to run the city as a business. Especially a city like Toronto, very cosmopolitan, and it's very close to becoming a megalopolis, where it's going to swallow Hamilton, the whole Niagara Peninsula, as far past to Niagara Falls. It's going to be like the 5 boroughs joined in New York. So it's going to be very difficult. But I think John Tory's got the credentials. He was an executive for a major multinational corporation. He's very smart. He's very intuitive. This is what he does for a living. And he manages managers, manages VPs, and I think he should be able to manage the council people.